Of our top stories at the moment. Compulsory solidarity, that's what the EU's calling for when it comes to asylum seekers. Commissioners in Brussels are presenting a new pact on migration today that should put an end to ad hoc solutions. It's an attempt to relieve the burden which often falls on southern states such as Italy, Greece and Malta. Europe cracks down, faced with a surge in coronavirus cases across the continent. Stricter measures are being implemented in the UK, Spain, Italy and France as governments grapple with the health crisis. And virtual diplomacy at a remote UN General Assembly, with Washington and Beijing sparring over responsibility for the coronavirus pandemic. This after Donald Trump pointed the finger at China for, quote, unleashing a plague. And it's time now to get a look at what's making the headlines with our press review. Well, Solange Mougin joins us for the press review. Hi, Solange.
Hi, Olivia.
Now, you're starting off with an opinion piece that's being published in nearly every French paper today.
Yeah, and it's entitled, Together, Let's Defend Liberty, or Freedom. It's in over 100 media outlets and newspapers in France today. It's an open letter to French citizens that France 24 as well supports wholeheartedly. Now, it's a call for freedom of speech. It's an editorial that cautions about a world where increasingly words are transformed into physical violence, where media outlets are targeted, where people who express their opinion online are threatened, and where journalists who dare criticize governments are pressured. Now, it was actually an idea put forth by the current editor of Charlie Hebdo, the satirical newspaper. And currently there's a trial about the murdered Charlie Hebdo journalist that's going on right now. And the editorial is a way for papers to call out this increasing eating away of press freedom and freedom of speech in France. Also, the Tribune talks about blasphemy, as Charlie Hebdo published cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad. Now, this open letter says being able to speak your mind, even if it makes waves, even if it creates criticism, even if it is blasphemous, that this is an essential part of democracy and a fundamental right, the Tribune says, that is in danger.
Absolutely, one of the larger conversations we're having about press freedom at the moment. Now, editorial boards in the United States are also issuing strongly worded opinions today, and that is about this very tragic, very bleak milestone, 200,000 deaths in the US from the coronavirus.
Yeah, say their names, remember their lives, mourn their deaths, and get angry, very angry. That's how the Washington Post, the editorial board of the Washington Post, begins its scathing rebuke of Donald Trump. The paper lambasts the president, saying the virus does not matter to him, or the fact that Americans make up 20% of the fatalities when their population is just 4% of the world's population. Now, the Post argues that Trump's claim, quote, that nothing could be done is essentially hogwash, that it is not acceptable.